All right, what's going on, everybody? You're now listening to the Biz with D, My Fierce Wings Radio, and right now we got our boy Marques Houston. He's back, and he's back to talk to us about the new album, Famous, and, you know, the love letter that he was in, which I'm guessing that's the film that you couldn't tell us about, right, Marques?
Yeah.
Let's talk about your role in that movie, because, dude, I saw it on Saturday. I was like, yo, this shit is, like, really dope, and I like the movie, and let's talk about your role in it.
Well, my role was the suave kind of character that, you know, Romeo and Keisha were actually like best friends. And my role was just a suave guy that kind of came in between them for a minute, you know, just to kind of, you know, gear her off towards, you know, which it's kind of like a love triangle. And, you know, my role was to kind of get in there and be that guy that she thought she was supposed to be with, but in actuality she wasn't. And it's kind of like, I hate to say it, but I'm kind of like the guy in the movie that kind of made her realize that she was, you know, feeling somebody else, which is kind of whack, you know what I'm saying? Because I actually would want to be the guy that gets the girl at the end. But in this case, I didn't get the girl at the end. But hey, you know, I had a great time doing it. Thought it was a wonderful movie. The cast was great. Keisha, Romeo, Jack Kay, you know, producing team, director was great. So I had a ball working on that movie.
And that's what's up. And I mean, just working with Romeo and Keisha, like with this film, like how was it? Because I mean, they're definitely hard workers and do their thing as far as acting is concerned.
Well, I mean, they were strictly professional. It was great to be able to work with actors that were really, really professional, really great. You know, Keisha was so fast and just so good at what she does. And, you know, Romeo, his energy, you know, we had a great time on the set. Because that's my boy. You know, I've known Romeo since we were little, you know, and we worked together before. So it's just like, you know, it's all like friendship on the set. We just had a great time.
Definitely. So now, how would you say, like, the response to, like, the movie's been so far that you've been getting?
I've been getting nothing but great responses. Everybody seems to have enjoyed the movie, you know, and it just makes me happy. You know, you always want to be a part of something that, you know, someone enjoys, and I thought it was a feel-good movie. And the Up Network, that's what they're about. They're about, you know, bringing those movies that are really, you know, emotional. At the same time, they're uplifting. That's why they're called the Up Network. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely one of those movies that kind of uplifts the spirit and, you know, makes you want to be in love. It's a good love story.
True. Now, did you have your hands in any producing with this? Because I know we had talked about you doing producing some films. Did you get your hands into that with this one?
Oh no, this one I was just hired in, brought in as an actor, you know. But you know, I do have a few more projects that I'm working on right now. You know, scripts that we're getting done for my film company that we're about to start shooting. So, you know, I stay busy on that tip. You know, I've done like about 4 movies that I produced already, and you know, got the next chain of movies, you know, starting pretty soon.
That's what's up. So now, I know you got the new single, Give Your Love a Try, featuring Problem, for your album Famous.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that single, because it's definitely real feel-good, real classic. I like how you were staying true to the roots of R&B and what it used to be, and, you know, but still progressing. Tell me about collabing with Problem on this joint.
Well, this song, you know, came about. We in the studio and we just, you know, we were talking about the story of, you know, that classic story of, you know, a boy and a girl being friends, and it's like, you know, you might have your girls that you mess with, but like she's kind of like your friend and she's always been there. But it's like you finally, you know, you have that moment where you finally look to her direction. It's like, you know what, I'm gonna give you a try. So we wrote it in the studio. You know, it was dope. It came out hot. You know, we reached out to Problems people, you know, and we was with it. So, you know, we just made it happen. And the song is it's one of those feel-good, like you said, classic joints that makes you feel like, you know what, this is something I can, you know, groove to. You know what I mean? So it's definitely classic R&B, and I wanted to make all of the music on this album is really, really, you know, just music-driven. I didn't want it to be too much about who I had on the joint or who, you know, who was this and who's featured on this. I really wanted to make an album that was really, really focused on the music alone, and that's what I think I've hopefully accomplished.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I've heard the snippets from, you know, the tracks on the album, and you definitely accomplished that. I mean, you know, just going back to the fact of staying true to the roots of R&B, but also progressing, because you did mention the fact that, you know, you are going to progress. You are going to have, you know, those pop-sounding songs. You're not just going to stay one-dimensional in a box, because that's not what you do.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I felt like with this album, I just wanted to be different. But I feel like the music industry is lacking that good R&B, and you know, I wanted to hopefully, you know, because I listened to Marvin Gaye and Prince and D'Angelo, and this album has all the elements of those cats that, you know, that really put the soul into the music, and I wanted this album to have that soul.
Definitely. Now, I've got to compliment something that you and your team are doing as far as these music videos are concerned. 3 music videos within the course of 6 months, and like the views on like YouTube are fucking nuts. And like it's crazy, like how you guys are like doing it. And I particularly the video that's like really that's high right now is Only You, which is your new single. You know, let's talk about the inspiration behind that track, because I definitely thought that track, and I know a lot of my friends was listening to that. It was like, yo, David, this song right here is hot. Because I was flipping for a minute. It was like, David, what do you mean you ain't hear that new Marques Houston song? And you've been pumping all that shit with your show. I was like, oh, man, I've been in K. Michelle world for about like Cloud 9 for 2 weeks. Forgive me. So, but I like the track. So when you wrote that, like, what was like the inspiration behind that?
Well, I've always been a huge Marvin Gaye fan, and I just wanted to pay homage to Marvin Gaye. And, you know, but I wanted to do it in my own, you know, unique way. I didn't want to just do a full remake of the song, because I could never remake Marvin Gaye. You know, I'm not a fool and I'm not an idiot, so I'm not going to touch a Marvin Gaye classic record and try to remake it. But so I took, you know, the elements of the song and kind of just made it my own, and I hope I did it right. You know, I hope if he would have heard it, I would have hoped he would have looked at me and said, you know what, I like that. You know, so I tried to put my own twist on it, because I didn't want to, you know, ruin the legend of that song. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it on. But, you know, I definitely wanted to take it, because that's one of my all-time favorite records, and I wanted to take it and just, you know, put my twist on it. So I'm happy that the response is great, and I'm glad that people are feeling it.
Definitely. And I mean, with the response, I mean, are you kind of shocked that, you know, I wouldn't even call, you know, this album a comeback, but I guess we can kind of say a comeback. Were you expecting that? I mean, like, let's even talk about the fact of iTunes being number 24 with the pre-downloads, the pre-orders. So like, that's huge right there. Were you expecting to, you know, be receiving this response and these numbers? Because, I mean, it's crazy right now for you.
Well, I didn't know what to expect. You know, first of all, I just thank God for all He's done for me in my career, in my long-lasting career, and I just give Him all the glory and the credit for everything that's happening now. You know, with this album, I really, really didn't expect anything. I got in the studio for one reason alone, and that was my fans. You know, everywhere I would go, my fans would hit me up on my Twitter, my Instagram, and they'll be like, you know, we miss you in the music game. When you gonna put out another album? You know, so I felt like it was time to really get in the studio and give it my all and do an album for my fans. And all I expect out of everybody and my fans and everything is just that they love it, and that hopefully they feel the same passion and that, you know, that drive that I had recorded. I just hope that they feel that within this album, you know. So any good response or anything like that is just a blessing, and, you know, I just thank God for that.
Absolutely. So now, the name of the album is called Famous. Let's talk about how you came up with the title for that, because it's unique. How'd you come up with that title?
Well, Famous is because, you know, I've done so much in my career, and God has definitely blessed me with an amazing career to be able to be known for so many different things. Like, I'm famous, like, my friends are making jokes, like, man, you famous for so many different things. Like, you know, I go places and people know Roger, sister, and they have no idea that I sing at all. And then I'll go places people know Immature. I go some places people know me from my music, but have no idea that I was Roger. Some people know me from You Got Served. So there's so many things that people know me from, and, you know, the joke just became the name of the album. Like, you know, it's like, you're famous for so many different things. And I felt like that was the appropriate title for the album.
Right. I mean, it definitely is an appropriate title for the album. And, I mean, you even said it yourself. Some people don't know you know, you being on Sister, or You Got Served, or being in Immature, which I kind of think if you don't know all three of those things, you kind of been missing your whole life and ahead of you.
But there's certain people that know Roger, but like certain fans that don't really listen to R&B music, or you know what I'm saying. So they don't make that connection. So I was so young when I did that, and there's so many people that just know You Got Served that are like these dance movie buffs that have no idea that I even do music. So I mean, it's just different worlds. There's just so many different channels of fame that you could be known for in the business, and that's what the name represents as well.
Right. And then they can't tell me they ain't see you in Fat Albert too,
Yeah, that's
true.
What I'm saying? Yeah.
I can understand if somebody said they forgot about that, because I almost didn't recognize you. I was like, wait a minute, is that Marques? I'm like, who is that? And I was like, oh, duh. Come on, David. Slow mo,
Yeah.
So that's what's up. And I mean, you got another joint on the album, which I think is hot, and it's Lifetime. Let's talk about that, because I mean, still.
Well, Lifetime was a record that just I was really inspired in the studio to this album is about relationships, and I feel like that's a really, really good relationship record. And Lifetime is just about that girl that you made those mistakes with, and it's like you don't even know why she still loves you. You know what I'm saying? But it's like at the end, it's like true love lasts a lifetime. No matter how many mistakes that I made, we have that true love, and it's gonna last forever. And that's just basically what that's about. And I watched, in my household, my mom and dad, have that true love and that bond. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I've always wanted in my life as well. Me and my girl actually have that bond that's just unbreakable. It's always beautiful when you find somebody that you can share that bond with.
Yeah, and I was just about to ask you about that. Was, the song inspired by the relationship that you're currently in now?
Well, I'm not a cheater. And, one of the lyrics in the song was, I cheated. And, so I've never really been a cheater. But I would definitely say the romance and the passion and the bond, and that all comes from, the inspiration behind our relationship. Yes, that's the good part.
That's what's up. So, I mean, I know people always ask you questions about, how do you make time for a relationship? And I know I constantly ask, other people, like, how do you make time for love and, being so busy? But the question is, for yourself, do you find it that you can't make time for it? Because there's a lot of times where people say, oh, I don't have time. But do you find it like that you really can make that time if you really like?
I feel like if you love somebody, you can make time for them. That's just the bottom line. There's no such thing as being too busy for a relationship. Now, there is a such thing as being too busy for a relationship with a person that doesn't understand that you have to be busy. Then yes, not a traditional relationship where you're always around each other, you're always doing things together, and you're always glued up. No, there's no time for a relationship like that. But when you find somebody that understands what you do and understands your lifestyle, and that's willing to compromise certain things in a relationship to be with that person, then it's it's definitely time. And I try to always prioritize my life. My music and everything in this industry is second to my friends and my family and things like that. And to me, family's always going to take first preference. You know what I mean? So that's just how I am, and that's just how I've always been. I would never give so much of myself to the music industry or the fame to where I don't have time for my loved ones. Because at the end of the day, the fame can go away. But you're never going to find that true love and that true family and that true friendship that comes with having a great core foundation, which is love and God. God is always going to be first in my life as well. So, everything that I do it because I love it, but not because I need money or I need to be famous or anything like that. It's really because I have a passion for it, and I have wonderful fans, and I just like to do what I do for them.
Most definitely. That is so true. So now, are you getting ready to go on tour to promote this album? I mean, what are you doing?
Yeah, we're talking about touring right now. We're trying to set it up right now, get everything, all the kinks worked out and everything to do a summer tour. So, I definitely want to. Summer's almost over, but maybe end the summer tour or something like that. But we definitely gonna do a tour.
Okay. I mean, definitely got to keep us in the loop of that, because I'm sure it's gonna be a dope tour. And who would you want to go on tour with?
I'm not sure. I don't even think about it like that. You know, sometimes when I tour, I just think about me and my fans. And that's all I really care about. Like me just getting that contact, that personal one-on-one, you know, contact with my fans, being able to reach out to them, sing to them. They jam with me on stage, you know. And it's always fun to perform. You know, I just did a show for the Grammys at the Grammy Museum for my album listening party last Friday, and I had a jam session. So it was amazing. Like all the people came out and supported, and you know, I couldn't ask for a better show. It was amazing.
Yeah, and I was watching the video earlier, and I'm still watching the video, and like the interaction from like the fans is just like there, and it's like natural. It's not like you telling them wave your hands side to side. They doing that stuff, because you know how shows nowadays you can be like put your hands up, da da da. No, they into it. Like it's so genuine.
Yeah. And that's when it's good. That's when it's the best. When the fans are just right there with you, you know, with the interaction, and they want to be there with you, having a good time. You know what I mean?
Definitely. So, Marques, now, as far as the films that you're working on, when can we expect them? Because I know you're not going to split a T on any of them, so I might as well just ask, when can we expect them?
You can definitely expect some film, television, you know, possibly sometime next year. You know,
okay.
Yeah, so, you know, I don't like to talk about the projects until they're actually, you know, coming out. You know, just because you never want to jinx anything. And this industry is so fickle. You could be working on something, you could be doing something in the middle of it, and it just stops. And, you know, you go a different direction. So I definitely like to, you know, keep it under wraps until it comes out. But you can definitely expect some acting and some producing and movie and TV and all that stuff pretty soon.
Definitely. Well, Marques, I mean, congratulations on the new album. Definitely going to be playing, you know, the songs throughout the show. We're constantly playing Speechless. Like, we still stuck that song.
Well, definitely, man. Everybody make sure you get the album Tuesday, August 27th, and you can actually pre-order it now on iTunes, so, you know.
Definitely. Now, is it going to be, it's going to be a physical copy in stores, right?
Yeah, it'll be a physical copy in store as well, August 27th. And follow me on Instagram at MarcusHouston1, Twitter at MarcusHouston. You already know. The website, MarcusHoustonOnline.com.
Definitely. Well, Marques, I mean, continue to do your thing. Keep in touch, and thanks again for coming back and talking with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Anytime. Take care.
All right.